Next, we'll discuss about the glucose. Glucose from bio polymers lesson. The preparation, if you see, glucose can be prepared from the sucrose, C12H22O11, acidic hydrolysis, H2SO4, acidic hydrolysis of sucrose. Sucrose provides C6H12O6 and the C6H12O6. So both are same formula, that is one is glucose and one is fructose. And also by using a starch also we can prepare C6H10O5 taken N. C6H10O5 taken N by hydrolysis of dilute H2SO4. So at 320 Kelvin and also 2 to 3 atmospheric pressure. Upon strong heating, starch also gives glucose units. So they are initially gives sucrose units, after finally gives glucose units, n times of C6H12O6. So complete glucose units can be used. Glucose units. So the starch is the polymer of glucose unit. So now if you discuss about the structural elucidation, how glucose structure can be given. So some important reactions also. So glucose when react with acetic anhydride CH3CO taken to O. This is a acetic anhydride with acetic anhydride. It gives pentaestate, glucose pentacetate. So based on this observation, you can observe that observation. So by formation of pentaestate, we can observe that glucose have 5 OH groups. Presence of 5 OH groups. Okay, now 4 are secondary and 1 is primary OH group. And also next the same glucose upon treatment with hydrogen cyanide. So glucose formula, you know that crystal X-ray studies shows that glucose structure H12O6, C6H12O6. Next second reaction, then glucose when reaction with hydrogen cyanide and also that is hydroxylamine NH2OH, hydroxylamine and HCN, it can be formed oxime. With hydroxylamine it can be formed oxime, and with hydrogen cyanide it forms cyanohydrin, glucose cyanohydrin, glucose oxime is formed. So based on this we can observation the presence of carbonyl function. C double bond O is present. It may be aldehyde glucose, we don't know, but by using the hydrogen cyanide and hydroxylamine we can identify glucose having keto function. And next glucose when react with mild oxidizing agents, bromine in water, and also Tollens reagent, or you can take iodine in the presence of aqueous NaOH base. You can take Fehling's solution. These are the mild oxidants. Glucose with mild oxidants when react to it can be formed gluconic acid. So gluconic acid formation indicates that glucose having a CHO function. It's having CHO function. Any substance it gives Tollens test or Fehling's test or bromine or iodine reactions. We can identify the presence of aldehyde function. And next this glucose when treated with strong oxidants, these are mild oxidants, if it react with strong oxidants like HNO3, nitric acid, glucose when react with even glucose or gluconic acid also, even gluconic acid and glucose also when react with strong oxidant like HNO3, they form so succaric acid, that is dicarboxylic acid. So by using dicarboxylic acid, we can identify the glucose having primary OH group at the end, primary OH group. So primary OH group at one end, we can identify by using this equation. And next, when glucose same react with hydrogen in the presence of nickel, reduction upon takes place, it can be used sorbitol. Sorbitol mean it is a hexahydroxy compound, hexane, straight chain hexane is formed. And also when it react with hydrogen iodide and strong heating, it gives a simple hexane, straight chain or N-hexane. So based on these two, these are straight chains. So based on these two observations, we can identify glucose have unbranched or straight chain compound. So unbranched, six-membered hydrocarbon. Glucose is a unbranched six-membered hydrocarbon. And also glucose also Lowry-de-Bruyn van Ekenstein rearrangement. Lowry-de-Bruyn van Ekenstein rearrangement. Lowry-de-Bruyn van Ekenstein rearrangement mean that D-glucose upon treatment by addition of simple water dilute with sodium hydroxide, basic sodium hydroxide. If you add dilute sodium hydroxide, base if you add, which will be rearranged to D-fructose, and also which is also rearranges to D-mannose. So by using dilute NaOH, the D-glucose rearranges to D-fructose rearranges to D-mannose. That means this is a reversible rearrangement. This is also called reversible rearrangement. Based on this Lowry-de-Bruyn van Ekenstein rearrangement, when D-fructose, even though containing keto function, even though does not containing aldehyde function, fructose can give you Tholen's test. Fructose can give you Tholen's test. Why? Generally fructose having keto function, but ketones does not show Tholen's test. But here D-fructose shows even though containing keto, because in the dilute basic medium, this fructose rearranges to glucose and also mannose. So fructose after rearranging to glucose, then it gives Tholen's test. So that's why fructose also gives you Tholen's test due to Lowry-de-Bruyn van Ekenstein rearrangement. So based on these are all observations, glucose have straight chain or structure. It is given by the scientist Beer. Glucose have straight chain structure, that is H, OH, here is CHO, OH. So here numbering is aldehyde first priority 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here two positions. There are 4 chiral centers. at 2 position configuration R, at 3 position configuration S, at 4 position configuration R, at 5 position configuration R. So 2R, 3S, 4R, 5R configurations. R is configurations if you give. The glucose is open strain structure. It is given by the Bayer scientist. And here if you see the what is mannose, the D-mannose and the D-glucose. D-glucose, D-mannose are C2 epimers. C2 epimers. And D-glucose and D-galactose. Galactose are C4 epimers. C4 epimers. That mean epimers mean the compounds which are having same molecular formula and which are having the same bond connectivity, but having only at one carbon only the different stereochemistry. Then other carbons they have same stereochemistry. That means this is the D-glucose. Here this is the C2 position. This is the C2 position. At the C2 position only different, here OH right side, here OH left side. The remaining part is the same. That is only D-mannose. D-mannose mean at C2 position the configuration is different than other chiral centers. The configuration is same. So only at one of the carbon only configuration is different. Same for the case of D-glucose, D-galactose also. C4 epimers. Anomers mean at anomeric carbon, mean at functional group carbon, if stereochemistry differ, they are anomers. Okay, right, thank you.